45% of young professionals say that the fear of failure is the #1 thing holding them back. 45%. There's almost a 1 in 2 chance you're feeling stuck. And the thought of failure, man, it's lurking around your thoughts. It's waiting to take you out. See, almost half of you watching this right now, you're stuck. Not because you don't have talent, not because you don't have ideas, and it's not because you're not smart enough, but it's because you're terrified of getting it wrong. And I'm gonna tell you something that might make you uncomfortable. That fear, it's lying to you. And in the next 13 or so minutes, I'm gonna prove it. There is a fear that nobody talks about. Now let's get real for a second. I'm in my 60s. I know I don't look like it. I've coached executives, entrepreneurs, and leaders in companies of all sizes. And you know what the most successful people I've ever worked with have in common? They were terrified too. Every single one of them. The difference was they didn't let fear author their story. See, here's what your generation is dealing with that I believe it's unique. I think you're navigating economic instability, right? Polarized culture, AI disrupting entire career paths, and on top of all of that, you've got a front row seat on social media to everybody else's highlight reel. So the fear isn't just what if I fail, it's what if I fail and everybody sees it. Man, that's a different kind of pressure. I want to give you some hope right up front. That fear, although it feels real, its source, it can be crushed. So where does fear actually come from? What I found is that most people think the fear of failure is about the future. I'm afraid of what might happen. But here's what I've discovered. Fear of failure almost always comes from the past. It comes from a story you've been telling yourself about who you are, based on something that's already happened. Does that make sense? Maybe you tried something and it didn't work. Maybe someone told you that you weren't good enough. Maybe you watched someone you love fail, and you decided consciously or not that you never wanted to feel that same pain. And so you built a wall. You stayed in what I call the safe zone. You chose comfort over calling. But here's the truth I need you to grab hold of. Your past was never meant to define your future. Inform it, refine it, but never define it. Those experiences, they were data points. They were opportunities for refinement, preparation for what's coming next. But somewhere you turned an event or an experience into your identity, and that's where fear begins to live. Ultimately, what we're talking about is an identity problem. So here's the breakthrough. This is what experience has taught me. Fear of failure is not a performance problem. It's actually an identity problem. Did you hear me? It's actually an identity problem. Now, stay with me. If failure means, if this doesn't work, I'm not capable. If this collapses, I'm not cut out for this. If I try and it falls apart, it proves I'm not enough. Well, then of course you're not gonna move, because now the risk isn't about the project, it's about who you are. Failure is an event, it's not a verdict. I want you to hear that. Failure is an event, it's not a verdict. But here's the shift that changes everything. You are not your worst outcome. You are not your most embarrassing moment. You are not the decision that didn't work. You are a builder in process. So instead of saying, I'm not enough, I want you to say, I am more than enough. I am capable. That's a radically different posture. One shuts down movement, the other invites growth. Now, you are living in what should be the foundational years of your professional life. You're building for growth. You're setting yourself up for either your greatest growth and success or a life of mediocrity, where you settle for something less than you were born and created for. Remember, you have already built competence. You've built a solid income. You've built credibility. Now it's time to build courage. Why? Because competence without courage, it leads to stagnation. And stagnation at this stage, it's gonna feel like this quiet suffocation. I want to shift the conversation and I want to get practical. Can we do that for a minute? There's 3 steps to break through your fear. Now, this is not fluff. This is not a vague motivation that I want to share with you. This is a real process and real steps you can take immediately. Step 1, I need you to name it. You can't defeat what you refuse to define. It's not, I'm afraid of failing. That statement is too broad. And I don't know what it means, so I can't do anything about it. Now, this is not fluff. This is not a vague motivation that I want to share with you. This is a real process and real steps you can take immediately. Step 1, I need you to name it. You can't defeat what you refuse to define. It's not, I'm afraid of failing. That statement is too broad. and I don't know what it means, so I can't do anything about it. I need you to get specific. I mean, really specific. What exactly are you afraid of? Is it losing money or looking foolish? Maybe it's disappointing your family or outgrowing your friends. Could it be being exposed as not as competent as people think you are? So what is it? And then what I need you to do is write it down. Bring it out of the darkness and put it in the light. When you do this, you take its power away. I need you to be specific. That shrinks the fear into something you can see, and then you can defeat it. Vague fear expands. Clarity reduces emotional exaggeration, and it allows you to get to the heart of the issue. You need to be clear. Here's step 2. I need you to trace it backwards. Ask yourself, when was the first time that you felt this, you heard this, or you experienced it? Where did this narrative start? Was it something a teacher said, maybe a parent? A failed launch? It's a public embarrassment? A relationship that ended? Or maybe a boss who undermined you? Fear always has a root source. What is it? And when you trace it back, you realize something really powerful. You're reacting to an old wound, not a current threat. It's important, understand. You're reacting to an old wound, not a current threat. How you define the experience has everything to do with what you currently believe about yourself, about others, and the world around you. And what if the narrative, the story you told yourself, what if it was never true to begin with? I'm not talking about the experience. I'm talking about how you interpreted it, your perception of it. See, this causes us to self-protect, the younger version of ourselves. But you're not that version anymore. You have more experience, more strength, more awareness, more resources. Come on now. You don't need the same defense mechanisms that you used to have. It's time to write a new narrative, a new story. And that is the third step that I need you to engage in. Step 3 is replace it. This is where most people stop. They identify the fear, the false narrative, and the lie they believe. And then they sit in awareness of it without any action. Guys, this is not helpful. Awareness of the lie without replacing it changes nothing. So if the lie is, if I fail, I'm exposed, the truth becomes, if I try and don't succeed, I'm gonna learn and grow anyway. This is why declarations matter. It's not hype, it's rewiring. It's actually neuroscience. And it's real. You create new pathways by changing your thoughts and your words. You shift I can't, I won't, and I'm not, to I can, I will, and I am. You are speaking to your identity. What you consistently declare, it becomes what you consistently believe. And your beliefs, they drive your behaviors. Your behaviors, they lead to your outcome. If you're gonna change your outcomes, you can't simply change your behavior. It's a good place to start, but it's not transformative. You must focus on changing your beliefs that are driving your behaviors. This is the key. Finally, it's important that we understand the cost of staying safe. I'm gonna speak direct to you right now. The cost of staying stuck of where you are is always higher than the cost of stepping forward. I know it doesn't feel that way. Let me tell you something. I had to rebuild my own identity later in my life. I know what it feels like to stand at the edge of something and wonder, am I gonna make it? Can I do this? And what I can tell you from the other side is this. The cost of staying stuck is always higher than the cost of stepping out. I know it's true, I've experienced it. You're not gonna feel ready. You're not. You're not gonna have it all figured out. You're not. But you were born limitless. You were created for more than just surviving and playing it safe. Safe doesn't feel painful immediately. Otherwise, we'd not call it safe. But listen to me, 5 years into safe, 5 years from now, when you find yourself in the same place you are now, regret is gonna take root. And regret, it doesn't play small. If you've ever been there, you know what I mean. Regret, it compounds. And then you wake up at 45 and you realize you've lived a safe life and sacrificed the significant life that I know, and I think you know, you were born and created for. You were not created to live a less than life. You were born and created for more. You were born limitless. You were created to build something meaningful, to make a difference in this world. And the version of you that's capable of that is on the other side of this fear. So listen, it's time to take some action. So if this hits, if it touches something in you, if you're resonating with this, I don't want you to scroll away and numb it and pretend you were never here. Take action while the revelation and the clarity is fresh. That means take action right now. The first thing you need to do is I want you to download the Living Limitless app. Inside that app, you're gonna find the RickBot. Don't laugh, that's what I call it. It's the RickBot. It's your 24/7 coaching tool. And it's built around 25 years of my life coaching and working with leaders, right? It's about me helping them and helping you move from a successful life to a significant life. The RickBot is a real life, real person, me, real time. Now, you can literally open it tonight, right now, and you can type this in. Hey, I'm stuck in fear and I don't know what's real, right? You're gonna get my framework, you're gonna get my conversation, you're gonna get me asking you questions to take you deep into that thought to help you process where this fear comes from, crush it, and replace it with truth. So I need you to search Living Limitless in the App Store or Google Play, or you can click the link below and you can have access to it immediately. And if you know someone who looks successful on the outside, but you can tell they're hesitating on the inside, I want you to send them this video. Help them as I'm helping you. The second thing is this: you don't have to walk this out alone. I've built a powerful community of like-minded leaders who are walking this out daily, out loud together. It's a place to connect. It's a place to learn from each other and engage in weekly conversations around different challenges that are impacting you the most. Every week, you'll experience new tools, new videos, and new insights you can engage in immediately, right? This is a private community. Consider this your invitation. Search the Facebook groups for the Limitless Leader or follow the link below. Listen, I'd love to hear from you. I want you to reach out, let me know how I can serve you. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this with your friends. Man, I can't wait to see you on the inside. I'm Rick, your Limitless coach.